What is it like to live alone in Japan? Hi, I'm Daichi. A while ago, I interviewed my friend about his life living alone in Japan. Recently, he's been so busy with work that he hasn't had time to clean his apartment. So today, he asked me to help reset his home. My friend is 24, the same age as me. He lives alone in Tokyo, in a small apartment that costs about $190 a month. To save money, he chose this place over living closer to the city center. He works 3 jobs in the welfare sector, and with only 3 days off each month, keeping his apartment clean hasn't been easy. Let's ring the doorbell.
お疲れ。
お疲れ。おい。
今日ね、部屋を片付けて欲しくて一緒に。バーカ散らかってるから、お願いしてもいいですか？
オッケー、任して。動画回してるけどいいよね。
いいよ。
オッケー。
じゃあ、中入って。
オッケー。お邪魔します。
First, let me give you a quick tour of the apartment.
ここが、下駄箱？
この前さ、来てくれた時から仕事が忙しすぎて、マジで部屋散らかっちゃったから。
上には、冷蔵庫の上に調味料が、
そう、本当はそのボックスにまずはしまいたいです。
これ？
うん。
なるほどね。
Next, let's open the refrigerator.
食材増えたでしょ？
ちょっと増えた。
食材増えたんですよ。
Next, let's take a look at the freezer.
まあ、冷凍はあんま入ってない。相変わらず。こうね、こんな感じで、キッチンが、こ
う。キッチンは割りかし。
まあでもこういうところとかをね、掃除せっかくだったらやりたいよね。
細かいところまで今日はやってほしい。
水
やってほしいっていうか、やろ
う。
The sink looks pretty clean too. Let's check the upper cabinets too. It doesn't seem like there are that many things. It looks like the most efficient way to clean the bathroom is to scrub the whole thing with a sponge first.
棚？
この辺もまあ整理
で、メインルームが、こういう
まあこれありさまだよね。
服が散らかってて、
今日の相棒。
掃除機ね。まあこういうところ、こうなんかゴミもあって、服もあって。
まあ散らかってるよね、全体にね。
この棚は？
中別にもう、こっちは触れてない。
まあでもこういうところに服とかしまうわけでしょ？
そう。まあここも整理だね。
じゃあここをこれからね、掃除して、きれいにしよっか。
OK!
We'll start by cleaning the main room. First, we'll fold the clothes on the bed so we can move it. Then we'll fold up the table and clear some space. We'll put the folded clothes on the shelf for now. Now we can move the bed out of the way. The mattress goes against the wall to keep it out of the way. Next, we'll take apart the frame that was supporting it. The larger frame pieces will be stacked neatly beside the mattress until we're done cleaning. Next, we'll vacuum under the bed. As soon as we move it, you can see there's a lot more dust than expected. We'll vacuum every corner carefully before putting the bed back. The vacuum is pulling up a surprising amount of dust with every pass. Seeing the floor slowly come back to life is genuinely satisfying. Meanwhile, my friend folded the pile of clothes. Splitting up the work makes the cleaning go much faster. After a few passes, we've gotten rid of most of the dust. Now it's time to put the bed back together. We'll reassemble the frame and lay the mattress back in place. The sheets have been drying on the balcony. Now we'll bring them back inside. Now we're putting the freshly washed sheets back on the bed. Pulling the corners tight makes everything look much neater. It's a small step, but it makes the whole room feel refreshed. Next, I'm going to clean the bathroom. My friend suddenly had to take care of some work, so I'll be doing this part on my own. First, I'll lightly rinse the bathtub with the shower. I'll be cleaning the bathtub with dish soap. It's surprisingly effective at breaking down body oil and soap residue, so it's a great substitute for bathroom cleaner. I'll scrub the entire tub with a sponge first, then use a citric acid spray on the lime scale afterward. Next, I'll clean the shelf where the shampoo and body wash sit. This area tends to collect soap residue and grime over time. I'll scrub every corner before rinsing it clean. With the scrubbing done, it's time to rinse everything off. The foam carries away all the dirt we've loosened. It's satisfying to see the surface slowly shine again. Next, I'll start cleaning around the toilet with a sponge. Since it's used every day, grime tends to build up around the base and in the corners. I'll go over the entire area slowly instead of rushing through it. The more it starts to shine, the more rewarding the cleaning feels. Now it's time to rinse everything away. The foam carries away the grime we've just scrubbed loose. Seeing the surface come back clean is the most satisfying part. Next, I'll clean the sink the same way. The corners around the drain tend to collect soap residue and grime over time. I'll work the sponge into every edge, making sure not to miss the small details. Even a quick scrub makes a noticeable difference. The bathroom is finally looking clean again. It's amazing how much brighter the whole space feels after a simple deep clean. One room down, and we're ready to move on to the next. Now I'm folding the jeans neatly. Taking a moment to straighten them makes everything look more organized. It's a small task, but it makes a big difference.
じゃあ次は棚を掃除します。掃除というか整理します。
We'll take everything out first, so we can clean it properly. Next, I'll wipe down the upper shelf with a damp cloth. A lot of fine dust has settled on the surface over time. I'll clean every corner before putting anything back. Now we're putting everything back on the shelf. We'll organize each item as we go instead of just putting it back. A little organization makes the shelf feel much cleaner. Next, we're moving on to the lower shelf. We'll take everything out again so we can clean it properly. Now I'll wipe the entire shelf with a damp cloth. Dust has settled in the corners, so I'll clean every edge carefully. Now everything goes back in. I'll organize each item so it's easier to find later. The shelf is finally finished. Everything has its place now, and it feels much easier to use. The room is slowly coming together. Next, we're moving on to the shelf beside the kitchen. It hadn't been used much, so a layer of dust had built up over time. We'll wipe it down first, then organize everything as we put it back. Next, we're moving on to the kitchen. Grease has built up around the stove, so I'll be using alkaline electrolyzed water to clean it. It works especially well on oily stains, making it much easier to wipe them away. The stove looks much cleaner now. Just wiping away the grease makes the whole kitchen feel brighter. Next, I'll wash the burner grates with dish soap. Grease tends to cling to these parts, so I'll scrub each one carefully. Next, I'll wipe around the sink with alkaline electrolyzed water. The countertop and faucet tend to collect grease and everyday grime. A quick wipe makes the whole sink area look much cleaner. Next, I'll wash the sink strainer. Food scraps and slime build up here pretty easily. I'll scrub it thoroughly before putting it back. The kitchen is looking much better now. It's amazing how much cleaner the space feels after taking care of the small details. Next, we're organizing the seasonings on top of the fridge. Instead of leaving them out, we'll put everything into a cardboard box. It makes the space look much tidier. Finally, we'll organize the shoes in the entryway. Lining them up neatly makes the entrance feel much more welcoming. And with that, the cleaning is complete. Now it's time to take one last look at the finished room. Almost everything that used to sit on top of the shoe cabinet is gone now. Next, let's take a look at the kitchen. Starting with the cooking counter, it has its shine back after being wiped down with alkaline electrolyzed water. The seasonings on top of the fridge have also been organized, keeping the ones used most often out and storing the rest in a cardboard box. From this angle, the kitchen feels much more open. With everything organized, it finally feels comfortable to cook here. Next, let's take a look at the storage rack. Everything has been organized, making it much easier to find what we need. Next, let's take a look at the bathroom. The soap residue and everyday grime have been completely cleaned away. Even the sink and toilet area look much brighter than before. It feels like a space you'd actually want to use now. Finally, let's take a look at the main room. The clothes have been put away, and the floor feels much more open. Just clearing the space has completely changed the atmosphere of the room. We threw away the things on the shelf that were no longer needed. Only the essentials are left now, and we kept the floor as clear as possible. With fewer things in the room, it almost feels bigger. The extra space makes the whole room feel lighter and more relaxing.
掃除終わったね。
はい、終わりました。ありがとうございます。ありがとう、マジで。バカなくなったね、もの。
いやー、今何時だ？も
う夕方になっちゃった。
もう夕方。
腹減った。
今日まだ一食も食べてないもんね。
食べてない。
とりあえずじゃあ、スーパーで肉買ってホットプレートで食べようぜ、飯。って感じでじゃあ買ってきまーす。
We stopped by a nearby supermarket, so here's what we picked up. First up is a 400-gram bag of ice for 138 yen. I wanted something cold to drink, so I bought a bag of ice. Second is a 1.5-liter bottle of cola for 198 yen. We were both craving a cold drink after cleaning all day. Third is sliced pork for stir-frying for 260 yen. It looked fresh, and it was one of the cheapest meat options available. Fourth is Japanese pork liver for 159 yen. It was inexpensive and perfect for cooking on the hot plate. Fifth is 461 grams of lemon pepper chicken thighs for 451 yen. It was already seasoned, so it was an easy choice for dinner. We also got 2 free beef fat cubes from the supermarket. It's a small thing, but free extras are always appreciated.
おっしゃー。コーラ飲もう。喉乾いてるから。
最高のグラスを用意します。
よっしゃー。
Here comes the ice-cold glass. A frosty glass makes cola taste even better. First, we'll fill the glass with plenty of ice. A cold drink hits differently after a long day of cleaning. The moment we poured the cola, it fizzed up everywhere. Now it's time to pour the cola. The ice is packed into a frosty glass, making it look even more refreshing.
Goodbye.
While I get the ingredients ready, my friend starts setting up the hot plate. Apparently, this was the first time the hot plate had ever been used. We ended up using it for its debut after cleaning all day. The wooden design gives it a really warm, cozy look. It feels more like a piece of furniture than a hot plate. First, we'll coat the hot plate with the beef fat. As it melts, it adds a rich aroma and keeps the meat from sticking. Since it's the first time using this hot plate, we're coating it well with beef fat. We want the surface to be evenly seasoned before we start cooking. First up, we're throwing the pork liver onto the hot plate. The sizzling sound makes it feel like dinner has finally started. We'll start by cooking one piece of liver for each of us. Liver gets tough if it's cooked for too long. We'll keep a close eye on it and take it off while it's still juicy. We'll season it with a little salt. The salt container is so ridiculously big that we can't help laughing. Even before it was fully cooked, the liver felt soft and springy with the chopsticks. It already seemed really fresh. The liver is done, so let's give it a try.
いただきます。うん。
買ってよやっぱ。
うん。めっちゃ火通ってるわ。うまっ。
The liver turned out surprisingly good. It was rich, creamy, and had almost no gamey taste.
うまっ。うまっ。
Without wasting any time, we throw the rest of the liver onto the hot plate. The sizzling sound is too good to resist. I still can't believe this much liver only cost 174 yen. It's probably one of the best value things we bought today.
いける？うん。う
まそう。いけるわ、ちょうどいい。
俺も居酒屋でバイトしてたから4年ぐらい。伊達じゃないよ俺は。焼き場だったし、焼き鳥の。しょっからよりも逆にありがとうぐらいまでしちゃった。
腹減りすぎて。
復活する。うまっ。
Next, we're going to cook the sliced pork. After that first bite of liver, our appetites are fully awake. The slices are all stuck together, so we'll separate them as they cook. Once they spread out, they'll cook much more evenly. This hot plate has been way better than we expected. It barely gives off any smoke, and the oil hardly splashes at all. Even cooking indoors, the table stays surprisingly clean.
いや、うまそうこれは。やばい。あ、これほどいた。うん。うまっ。日中。
The pork was simple, but incredibly satisfying. The beef fat gave it a rich flavor, and the crispy edges made it even better. The food was so good that we both went quiet without realizing it. Sometimes that's the best compliment a meal can get. To finish, we're cooking the lemon pepper chicken thighs. They were already seasoned, so all we have to do is let them sizzle. The smell alone is enough to make us hungry all over again. We'll sear the skin side over high heat until it's nice and crispy. That golden crust is the best part. As the chicken cooks, we're both fighting off sleep. The food is keeping us awake, barely. Alright, it looks about ready. Let's flip it over and see how it's cooking. That color looks perfect. The skin has turned beautifully golden, and it smells incredible. Now that it's mostly cooked through, we'll cut it into smaller pieces with kitchen scissors. That helps the chicken cook more evenly all the way through. The skin is crispy, the inside is juicy, and it turned out even better than we expected. The lemon pepper flavor was so much better than I expected. The skin was crispy, the meat stayed juicy, and the pepper gave it just the right kick. Just a few hours ago, this apartment felt completely different. Clothes were scattered everywhere, dust had built up under the bed, and the kitchen and bathroom had slowly collected months of everyday mess. It wasn't because my friend was lazy, he's simply been working 3 jobs, with almost no time to take care of his home. Today reminded me that resetting your space doesn't always require buying something new. We didn't replace any furniture or spend a lot of money. We just cleaned one area at a time, organized what we already had, and let go of the things we no longer needed. By the end of the day, the apartment felt brighter, bigger, and much more peaceful. And honestly, sharing a simple meal together after cleaning made the whole day even more rewarding. Thank you so much for spending the day with us. If you enjoyed this glimpse into everyday life in Japan, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel. I also post more moments from my daily life on Instagram and TikTok, so feel free to follow me there too. The links are in the description below. See you in the next video.